Hey, what's up everybody? Michael here, and I thought that today I would take a video and kind of get us back up to speed with how you can jailbreak a PlayStation 4 13.00 and under. So I think a very typical scenario is something like this. I have a PlayStation 4 over here for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and it's already sold. And one of the things that the person asked me was that, hey, since this is a 10.71 system, can you go ahead and get jailbroken for me? And so I looked at this and I thought, yes, I can absolutely help them out and get jailbroken, and also kind of get us a brand new tutorial out there for those that are brand new. Now, I do want to state that this is going to wipe all of the data that's already on the machine. I think that most of the time people that find these used on Facebook Marketplace, for the most part, they already have just some old disk-based games that's on there, and really it's just nice just to start from scratch. Now, if we head over to this GitHub repo, which is just called View After Free, then this is going to give us a backup that we can restore to. Now, if we go ahead and scroll down into this page just a little bit, you're going to see one that says View System Backup.7z. Now, this is the one that we're going to back up. Now, it will give us a menu where we can do some other things. We could download this one if we just wanted to go straight into the jailbreak. But for this tutorial, we're going to grab the View System Backup.7z and go ahead and get that downloaded onto your computer. Now, go ahead and insert a USB drive, and as you can see right here, mine is drive letter G, and I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to go to Format, and what we want to do is we want to change this file system to exFAT format, and we're just going to leave everything else here as the default. So go ahead and press Start here, and we're going to select OK on that, and now that has been formatted. Okay, so now I have that file downloaded, and I just have it in a temp folder here, and we're going to need to extract that. Now, I am using WinRAR, but you can use a whole host of different applications in order to extract .7z files. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and right click this, and I'm just going to extract the files into this current folder. Okay, great. Now you can see we've got a View System Backup, and then from in here we need to grab the PS4 folder, and we are just going to copy that whole folder over here on the root of our USB drive. Now it's about 400 megabytes, so it'll take just a couple of seconds to get copied over. So at this point, go ahead and power up your PlayStation 4, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so I just powered up this PlayStation 4, and it looks like the only thing it has on it at least is this Tennis World Tour, which is a disc-based game. Now there's a bunch of settings in here that we're going to play with, but not until we have restored the backup. So again, make sure you've went ahead and inserted your USB drive into your PlayStation 4 in order for us to restore it. So the first thing we want to do is we want to come over here to Settings, and we're going to want to scroll down here just a little bit, and what we're going to go to is we're going to go to System, and then once we're in System, we're going to go to Backup and Restore. And from right here, we're going to restore the PlayStation 4. So right there, you can see we've got View After Free 2.0 by the View team. So we're going to press X on this, and we are going to restore the system. So let's go ahead and select yes on this one, and just go ahead and get our system restarted. Okay, and it will rebuild the database. We should have our backup fully restored. So let's go ahead and press the PlayStation button. And right there, we can see we've got a View User. And if we press on the Options button here, you can see we also can toggle between Appear Offline and Appear Online. So let's go ahead and press X on that. And there we go. So the first icon that you'll see that is brand new is going to be this View After Free. This is how we're going to run the jailbreak. And yes, by the way, you do have to run this every single time. Now, there's a few options that we need to configure first, so don't click on it just yet. Let's go ahead and let's come back over here to Settings, and let's scroll all the way down to System, and then let's go to Automatic Downloads and just ensure that all of these are unticked. Now, if these are left on by default, it will go ahead and start downloading the system update files as well as any of the application update files. Now, one other thing that I just tend to like to do when I have started up a brand new system is I tend to like to come over here to Sound and Screen and just get rid of these system music and keytone. Obviously, that's just a personal preference, but just something I thought I would call out here. Now, before we go any further, let's just go ahead and go back into System and then System Information. And again, right here, you can see I'm on 10.71. So if you are on anything that says 13.00 or lower, then this will work. But if you are on 13.02 or higher, then this will not work. Let's go ahead and get our network connection set up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to Network, and we're going to go to Set Up an Internet Connection. Now, by default, it uses a LAN cable, and you can absolutely do that. But we're going to use Wi-Fi in this instance, and we're going to select Custom, and we're going to go ahead and connect up to my local Wi-Fi. So I'm going to come right up here to this Wi-Fi access point. I'm going to hit X and enter my password, and I'll hit OK there. So let's go ahead and press Automatic on this, and then Do Not Specify. And then for the DNS settings, we want to leave this exactly where it's at. Press Next, and then Automatic, and then Do Not Use. And at this point, we should be up and running. Now, sometimes some folks might have a download that has already been started. Like in this instance, you could just see that the PlayStation View application was downloaded. We absolutely do not want this. Now, when we use the DNS that was inserted, that blocks these from being updated, but you do want to come in here and just make sure you select Cancel and Delete, because we do not want the very latest version of View After Free on here. Now at this point, we need to go ahead and we need to download GoldHEN. So if you come over to this URL and scroll down just a little bit, you will find the very latest version right here at GoldHEN 2.4b18.9. So go ahead and click on the free option here, and you can obviously donate if you would like to do so. I'm just going to go ahead and press Get Now, and this will go ahead and allow me to download the very latest version of GoldHEN. So at this point, I'm going to go to View Content and then just select Download. Okay, so back over in our temp folder here, I'm just going to select this, and we're just going to extract it just like we did just a second ago. And so what you'll see is a number of different files. The one that we're interested in is this goldhen.bin. So go ahead and grab this, and we're just going to copy this to the root of that G drive. Now, once we do that, we do need to rename this to payload.bin. And so if yours looks just like this, then you are ready to go. Okay, so now as long as you've got your USB drive plugged in, and again, it has that payload.bin on the root of it, now we can go ahead and press X on PlayStation View, and there you'll see this dialog message pop up saying PlayStation View. And now it does state here this service requires you to sign in to the PlayStation Network. We're going to get rid of this in just a minute, but for the first time, just go ahead and press X on this. And right there you can see we've got our jailbreak ready to go. Now, the first thing that I would do is go into Config, and then what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down here, and we're going to take a check mark off of the music here. And the only other option that we're going to select on this screen is to auto close. So what will happen is after the jailbreak is successful, then it will just automatically close the application. So we're going to go ahead and press 0 to go back. Okay, and so now what we want to do is we're just going to go ahead and run the jailbreak. So let's press X right here on jailbreak, and you can see it detected 10.71, and it did find the payload.bin, and it has copied that over, And right there you can see we've got our latest version of GoldHEN 2.4 B18.9, which is loaded on this machine, which is very, very awesome. So if we come right over here, you can see we've got GoldHEN installed. So this is a homebrew enabler, and this is going to allow us to do things like run game backups and a whole lot more. Now, before we go forward with all of this, let's first off go right back into the PlayStation View application, and let's get rid of this message that pops up. So go ahead and press OK here, and we're going to go down to the payload menu, and we're going to take this first option here, which just says fake signin.bin, and press X on it. And there you can see fake sign in by Earth Onion, signed in, reboot to apply. So now let's go ahead and let's reboot our PlayStation 4 just so you can see what it looks like now. So I'm just going to go ahead and close out of this application, and we're going to go ahead and take the option over here to reboot. Okay, and so our system is powering back up here. We're going to press the PlayStation button, and we're going to sign in again. So at this point, we are not jailbroken. As you can see, it shows PlayStation Plus here. So what we need to do is we need to get jailbroken again. So let's go ahead and press X on this screen. And if you notice there, it did not pop up that first dialog message that we had been getting. And that is because we ran Earth Onion's NP fake sign-in. So now I do not have any USB drive inserted. You can absolutely remove that at this point if you've ran this one time and it works. And so now let's just go ahead and press X on jailbreak. Again, we see 10.71 has been detected, and right there it is. It says GoldHEN has been loaded, and this has been coded by Sistro. So again, one thing you do need to remember is that you're going to need to run this each and every time in order to get a jailbreak. Now, you can use rest mode. Rest mode does work very well with GoldHEN, and you can see it is just listed just right there. So I'm guessing the next thing most people wants to figure out is how do you run backup files. So let's take a quick look at that. Okay, so now you want to source it with some PKG files. Now, what you're going to want to look for is that online there are files that typically have the extension of .pkg. And now when you see these, you might see a couple of different variations. And the way that it goes is that there is typically a base package which contains the base game, and then there is an update. Usually all of the PlayStation 4 games do have updates. And then finally, you might be able to see things like DLC. Now, in this example, we can see that this game is, right about 80 gigabytes. And that, again, is for Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, other games, such as Doom right here, is only 446 megabytes, and then there is an update over here for 500 megabytes. Now, the general rule of thumb is to take the PKGs, as you can see listed right here, and just copy those to the root of a USB drive. Now, that will absolutely work, but there is a way that you can install these from these separate folders, which is what I'm going to show you right now. So let's go ahead and switch over to the PlayStation 4 and get a couple games installed. Okay, so back over on our PlayStation 4, we are completely jailbroken at the moment. So let's go into GoldHEN, and we're going to go into debug settings. And what we're going to do here is we're going to leave the package source as the USB drive, but we're going to turn on enable search subdirectories, as well as we're going to add in here enable background installation. And we'll just go ahead and get some more information, which is show package info, as well as the package path. So at this point, we can go back up here to the top and we can select package installer. Okay, and so at this point, it has went ahead and it has scanned my entire USB drive here. And well, now I can select between any of these games to install. So let's go ahead and scroll down here to Grand Theft Auto 5. And right there we go. So what we're going to do to begin with here is we're going to install the base package. So let's press X on that. And right there you can see it has been added to the downloads. And next up, let's go ahead and get the update. So we'll press X on that one. Let's get the downloadable content added to this one as well. Now, while we're in here, let's go ahead and get Doom installed. So I'm going to grab the base here, and then we're going to go ahead and get the update as well. And there, those have been now added to the downloads. And now let's just go ahead and go back to our main menu. And you can see both of these games are now being installed to the system. So we've got Doom that is finishing up pretty quickly, and then Grand Theft Auto takes a little while to get installed. Now, one thing just to note is you can press X on this just to see how far you are in the installation process. But at this point, we already have Doom installed, so we can go to Options, and then we can scroll down here into Information, and we can see right here we are running version 1.08. So we can go ahead and press X on this, and our Doom game will load up. Again, there's no disk required or that's installed in the system, just a PKG file that has been installed to the hard disk drive. And there it is, and there is the single player, and we will just use the default, and well, there you go. You've got Doom running on a PlayStation 4 that is a fake package game. Now, one thing that's kind of cool about this is that most of these games have some sort of cheats, and you can go to the cheat menu and you can run those cheats. Now, we haven't downloaded any of those cheats yet, but if you want to, you can come back over here to GoldHEN and then go to cheat settings. And as you can see, by default, the cheat menu has already been enabled here. And what we can do is we can select Update Cheat Archive. So go ahead and press X on that, and you'll see right here it says Updating Cheats. And so if we give this just a minute or two, it will go ahead and download the very latest cheats for our system. Now, one thing to note here is that sometimes the games don't have a cheat on each one of them. But anyways, I think that is pretty cool. So right there, we can see the cheats have now been updated. Okay, so what I've done is I've went ahead and installed a couple of games here, mainly because I was looking for a game that had the cheats. And obviously this one does. So if you go ahead and run the game as I have done here, you can come back and press the Options button and then go back into the GoldHEN cheat menu. And from here, you can see you can go ahead and turn on different types of cheats. So if I click that button, then it turns off infinite health and one hit kill. And there is a couple of other sample cheats that is in here. So anyways, I hope this video helped out here. Again, if you found this information useful, please give me a like or drop a comment below. It absolutely helps me in the algorithm. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Michael.